Hey everybody, welcome to snowy Killington, Vermont. This is Explore Killington. We're your hosts. I'm Slato.
And I'm Sarah.
And we've got a fantastic hour of local programming coming your way. Hey, we're going to take a little look behind the science of snowmaking, Sarah. And have you ever wondered about the science of snowmaking?
I always wonder about the science of snowmaking.
Well,
Those guys do a great job.
Unbelievable. If it wasn't for them, when Mother Nature doesn't cooperate, we may not even be skiing. So we were very lucky. We caught up with world-renowned snow scientist Tiffany. She's going to go into the science and explain it so that laymen like myself can even understand it. Really excited about that. What else is happening?
Fun. Well, on top of talking with Tiffany about snowmaking here in Killington, we are also going to go to the Stash, where they hold the Slash and Berm every year. So we're going to look at a little bit of last year's footage, which is always pretty cool. It's a great event for snowboarders. We are then going to check in with events guru Jeff Alexander, who's going to tell us what we have in store coming up here in Killington for all of President's Weeks and going into the spring, which is always one of Killington's best times of the year here.
Oh, yeah.
So much fun stuff to look forward to. We're going to then talk with Marissa Sherman, our one and only Killington local, who's a pioneer in uphill travel here at the mountain. She's going to take us into a day in her life and what she does while she earns her turns here in Killington. But a lot of that travel happens before the mountain opens, after the mountain opens. So we're going to check in with Bob Giolito, who's going to give us safety tips for making sure you pack the right stuff when you go into the backcountry in the middle of the winter. You want to make sure you're safe.
You can't be too safe out there.
Can't be too safe. Safety first, right?
That's right. The mountains will be as cold and lonely tonight as they were 200 years ago. Don't forget that.
That's a true story.
All right. Hey, we're also going to run our popular segments called What's My Story or What's Your Story? This week we're going to feature our friend Randy Grasso. You may know him as the Hammer. He's the star of Meathead Productions, Ski the East movies. He's been in videos, DVDs. He's even got his picture on a pair of skis. I'm not kidding you, man. That's how ripping awesome this guy is. It's the Hammer. He's going to tell us a little bit about his life and his story here too. We're also going to be checking in. I have the keys this week to the vault. It's our popular segment where we look back on 30 years of Killington television history. This week we're going to go back to the year 1992. We're going to catch up with Felix McGrath at the U.S. Open. It's a pro ski race that went down over at Bear Mountain. We got some great footage of that. It's really good stuff. Going to bring it back. It's like our hot tub time machine right here at the Big K.
It is. That's a lot of responsibility that they gave you the keys to the vault.
I know it. Luckily, Steve has an extra copy in case I lose mine.
They're somewhere safe.
That's right.
I think on top of the vault, we're going to take a look at a really cool event going on in Fenway this weekend. It's a huge Big Air event. They've built a massive jump there in Fenway. There's some awesome snowboarders and skiers that are going to go and get some big air, and the Killington snow crew and the snow team put a lot of effort into that. So that's a cool event. I wish we could have been down there to check it out. But our Boston friends are doing that for us.
Yeah, I can't wait to get a look at it. We were able to send Corey Potter. Corey went down there and he's got some neat footage. But when the lift shut down, we've got a whole second half of the show, and that's going to take us down the road to two of our favorite spots here in Killington. We're going to hit the Lookout Tavern and we're going to hit Moguls Sports Pub. They're two of our favorite stops. They're right down the road. You get to see all the action and find out where the locals hang out.
Yeah, but before we do that, let's stay tuned and we're going to check in with Marissa Sherman as she takes us into a little bit of her life and what we like to call this segment Every Day.
So it's a bigger heel piece, but if I'm going to take wide skis, I want to do that. Okay? I am Marissa, and I am a female ski bum.
I live and breathe skiing. That's why I live here, in Killington, in Vermont. But I also work two jobs, and sometimes that means I can't get to the mountain when the lifts are running. Killington's uphill travel program lets me ski every day. I can skin up in the morning before work, earn my turns, have a little peace and quiet, and whatever happens during the day doesn't faze me at all. Because you know what? I went skiing today. Everybody thinks I'm crazy because I have to get up at 5:30 in the morning, get dressed, skin up with a headlamp on, and then I get to the top and the sun's coming up. There's nobody out there but me, and I have the whole entire mountain to myself. I get to ski before work. It's just fantastically magical. I love the peace, the quiet, the beauty. It's just me and the mountain. Every time I skin, I've seen and heard things that I've completely missed riding the chairlift. I've gotten to skin up with the sunrise and watch sunsets from the summit, and then I get to ski fresh pow under a starlit sky. Those are memories you can't make riding the lift. I ski uphill because I've had more adventures than I have ever dreamed of. The most awesome moment I had skinning was last spring with my family. My dad and I had always hiked Superstar for turns after the last lifts had closed, and it was kind of our daddy-daughter thing. Then when Killington started announcing an uphill travel policy, my dad started talking about how cool it would be to skin the Hershey Highway, take a couple runs at Pico, and then ski back to Killington. He passed away in 2013 before he got a chance to try skinning the highway. So last spring, when my family and I did it, we laughed, we cried, but we had the best adventure of our lives. I think my dad will have loved it. If I had to rank skinning as part of my life, I would say that skinning isn't a part of my life, it is my life. I ski every damn day.
Oh, that's a great, heartfelt piece featuring Marissa Sherman. And you know, there's a lot of different reasons to be out here. We all have different motivations for being out in the great outdoors. And I don't know what your motivation is, but we certainly know what Marissa's was. That was really, you know, from the heart.
That really was from the heart. I really enjoyed watching that. And you know, it is important if you have someone special to share it with, getting out here every day. Whether it's by yourself, with someone else, for whatever reason it is.
That's right.
You know, it is really cool, and it's awesome that Marissa is able to do that and still keeps up with it every day, you know, earning her tunes and getting out here early in the morning, late in the afternoon. It's really a cool thing. But you know, a lot of that uphill travel involves a lot of planning too, and you always want to be safe when you go into the backcountry, making sure you've got the right equipment, the right clothing, you've got snacks, you've got a backup plan, someone knows where you are, and most of all, making sure you have a pack and that you've got all the necessities that you need in there. And we're going to catch up with backcountry guru Bob Giolito. He's going to tell us a little bit more about what you might want to put in that pack when you're going into the backcountry so that you're safe and you're prepared and you're ready for the worst, because it really can get cold out there if you get lost.
Important information, pay attention, it's up next.
Hi, I'm Bob from Killington Mountain Guides, and today we're going to talk about how to properly pack your backpack.
First thing you need to do before packing your backpack is lay all your gear out that you need to pack. Make sure you have everything you need. When packing your backpack, it is important to remember accessibility. Things that you use least go on the bottom, and things you use most go on the top. You always want a tight pack, so solid items like first aid kit should go in the middle, while soft items like extra gloves and dry base layers should fill the space on the outside of the pack. Small items like snacks and a compass should be packed in the brain of your backpack. Nothing should go on the outside of your backpack other than tools like ice axes or a helmet.
These backcountry tips will help improve your outdoor experience. For more information, stay tuned to Killington TV.
Thank you, Bob, for that backcountry tip, and it's always important to be safe when going into the backcountry, especially here in Killington. You know, if you're gonna go off the peak over to Wheelerville or, you know, Northridge, go over towards Pico, you always wanna know where you're going, where you're being safe, so someone knows where you are, and Bob did a great job in educating us in that, so that's great.
That's right, we want to remind people, hey, don't duck the ropes. We're up there for a reason, okay?
Exactly.
It's a pretty big backcountry out there, and believe me, you're not going to have the opportunity to hop into the Peak Lodge and restaurant and get a warm cocoa at 2 o'clock in the morning. So, yeah, respect the boundaries of the ski area. Be prepared, like the Boy Scouts would teach you, right?
You're going to want to pop into the Peak Lodge, but you're going to be waiting for someone to come and find you.
You got it. Hey, well, listen, up next is our segment. We call it What's Your Story? This week we're going to feature our friend Randy Grasso. Randy's a star of Meathead Productions films. They film all over the East Coast, up and down, and in the summertime, Randy is a landscaper, but you know, in the winter, he's actually an extreme skier. And you say, so they do extreme skiing here in the East? Oh yeah, it's out there. Meathead Films finds it, and Randy's the star of the show. Let's check in What's Your Story? Featuring Randy Grasso.
Okay, I'm Randy Grasso, and I used to ski in New Hampshire back in the 70s, all the time, New Hampshire. And then in 1978, my sister gave me a ride up here for the blizzard of '78, and opened my eyes to a whole new world of skiing up here. And then the following year, I believe they opened Outer Limits, which was the actual reason I came here for good. I always used to ski the steepest, you know, bump trails I could find in New Hampshire, and once they opened Outer Limits, I came here and got to ski that the first time, I believe in 1979, and then I was hooked. So from that point on, it was all about Outer Limits. So I used to come up here, you know, drive up Friday night, or Saturday morning, drive up Saturday morning, ski Outer Limits all day, drive home Saturday night, back to Massachusetts, get up in the morning, do it again on Sunday, and whatever days I wasn't working, I would just drive back and forth. So sometime in the 80s, and I was competing in the Bear Mountain Mogul Challenge, which I don't think I've missed any. So I think I've competed in all of them. And back then we also had some Mogul competitions from Rosendahl Nordica Mogul Ski Challenge. So I competed in a bunch of those, and I forget what year it was, but it was early in the 80s. I think it was around 83 or something. But I qualified for the next day, and I was heading back, and my friend said, "You're driving all the way back? You got to get up early in the morning." I said, "That's all right, I'll be back in the morning." He said, "You're out of your mind. Why don't you come stay at my ski house?" I said, "Ski house? What do you mean ski house?" I didn't even know anything about ski houses. I didn't even know they existed. So I said, "All right, cool." So I went up to Plymouth, up by the cheese factory, and my buddy had a house up there. He owned it. It was an old A-frame. And that was my first night in a ski house, and it was wild. So I would have got more sleep if I actually drove home to Massachusetts, because we were shooting fireworks off in the house and drinking and partying, and it was out of control all night long. And got up in the morning and did the Mogul Challenge, and I believe it did quite well. And so that's pretty much how I ended up staying in ski houses up here.
So you ready to join the ranks of the fastest growing segment of skiing today? Backcountry and Tumwark. For over 25 years, Basecamp Outfitters has been specializing in freehill skiing, uphill and downhill. That's why our pro staff can direct you through the maze of what works and what doesn't, and that means clothing too. We take warmth and comfort seriously, and that is why we offer the best brands of clothing available today. So come and visit Basecamp Outfitters right here in Killington. Be safe.
For the last 19 years, I've been helping customers at the Basin Ski Shop find the right ski for their individual needs and their skiing style. We continually test equipment from the industry's top manufacturers, offering the best selection from Atomic, Salomon, Rossignol, Nordica, Dynastar, and K2. It's our level of service that makes us an award-winning shop, and that's what keeps customers coming back year after year.
Because being the oldest doesn't make you the best. Being the best makes you the oldest skier serving skiers since 1958.
Man, where's Mario?
What a day! Am I late?
When in Killington, Vermont, and you want some truly great pizza, Dominic's is where you want to be. We make our dough here in the restaurant every day. Every pizza is hand-tossed to order and topped with the freshest ingredients. You can taste the freshness.
Don't worry about it, guys. I got this one.
Come to the Vermont Farmers Market in downtown Rutland at 251 West Street. Every Wednesday evening from 4 to 7 and every Saturday from 10 in the morning until 2 o'clock in the afternoon. The most diverse and largest farmers market in New England. Come see Vermont quality and meet the farmers and artisans behind every product that you purchase.
Time.
Welcome back to Explore Killington. Plato and I have warmed up in the Peak Lodge, and Mother Nature is in full effect out here. Look at all this snow. This is crazy.
Oh, it's unbelievable. It's unbelievable. It's an awesome day here. You know, whatever, snow, sunshine, I don't care. I just love being out here on the hill.
I agree. It's refreshing and delightful. Makes you feel alive.
I agree, I agree. Hey, well listen, coming up next, we're going to take a little visit with our friend Jeff Alexander. You know, I had a chance to catch up with Jeff yesterday, and Jeff has all the information, all the cool events that are coming our way over the next couple weeks here at Killington. That's why we love to get him on the show. And like I said, I caught up with him yesterday for a little interview. So while you all kick back and check that out, I say we mount our trusty steeds and rip a few runs down to the base lodge. What do you say?
Let's go. Race to do our skis.
All right, Jeff Alexander is up next. All right, everyone, Explore Killington doing what we do best, which is get some of our favorite guests to make appearances to help us explain what's happening up here at Killington. And one of our favorites is Jeff Alexander. Y'all recognize him. He's the events guru here at Killington. Jeff, welcome again. Thanks for cutting a couple minutes out of your super busy schedule to come and spend a little time with us here at KTV. And
good to be back.
As always, we know that you know all the great things that are coming here down the road for Killington. I'm just going to let you roll right into it.
Just wind me up, let me go.
Okay.
Yeah, but we, roll right into President's Week. We've got an awful lot going on. The Saturday of President's Week, we have our Pico scavenger hunt. It's a President's scavenger hunt at Pico. And then that Sunday's the 14th. We have the Vermont Institute of Natural Science going to be at the Grand Hotel. It's a free program. It starts at 7 o'clock down at the North Star Room, Grand Hotel. Mm-hmm. And then the 15th, which is President's Day, we have our Cow Power scavenger hunt here at Killington. And then we roll right into the tail end of President's Week, which is our Mini Shred Madness. We had an awesome one last week, and we're going to have a great one on the 20th at Pico. It's one of our larger events, and that's for a great low-level event for little munchkins to learn how to enter a park event. The following weekend is February 27th weekend, and we have our Slash and Berm, which is our bank slalom through the stash.
Wow.
An awesome event, and that's back for its third year this year, and that is an outstanding event. Registration should be up online pretty soon. So pay attention for that. We've got some pros slated to show up for that weekend, so it's going to be an awesome weekend.
Hey, you mentioned the VINS program at the Grand Hotel.
Yes.
I have seen that program, and believe me, it is not just for kids. It is for adults, kids, families. If you're just looking for something to do, get over there. It is fascinating. They bring some, it's a wildlife extravaganza. I don't know how else to describe it, but it is super informative, and it's really something you might not think of going to, but believe me, it is worth your while. I loved it.
It's an awesome event. They'll probably bring the barred owl, you know, the peregrine falcon, and you know, and the Vermont Institute of Natural Science is right here in Woodstock and Creechy, so it's a great place to stop by and on your way in or out of Killington.
Good stuff. Jeff, you know, we're doing our interview right here on the corner of the K1 Base Lodge. The umbrella bar is right here in the background. This is the king of spring, baby. This is where it goes off. We got Superstar right behind us. This is the trail that goes on into not April, not May, maybe sometimes even June, right?
We'll see how it goes this year, definitely.
Yeah, we'll keep our fingers crossed, but tell us what's going to happen up here on the big Superstar in front of the umbrella bars.
Yeah, you know, we start off spring in April, our big spring celebration. We start off with the Hibernation Park Jam over on bottom of Dream Maker on Bear area. That's a celebration of the park season we had here at Killington. That's April 2nd. We flow right into the Bear Mountain Mogul Challenge, the iconic Bear Mountain Mogul Challenge on April 9th. Then we come right back here to the pond skim, the Dezeki's Pond Skim, which is going to be right here. I swear we'll have a huge pond there, about 80 to 100 feet long that you can skim across. And then right after that is our Dazed and Defrosted Festival. It's the second year of that festival. We actually got touted out in a couple of magazines as one of the top 6 festivals to come to at a ski resort area. So we gotta amp our game up this year, and we have a couple bands we have on the slate right now. We just need a little sign on the dotted line, and we can tell everybody all about them.
Good, I like that. It's a good tease. It's a good tease, Jeff. Good stuff. Jeff Alexander, thanks. Good to see you. Some awesome skiing today, Sarah. What do you think? Woo! Hey, that was a little look at Jeff Alexander. Thanks, Jeff, for all that good info. Sarah, what's up next?
Oh, well, Jeff did an awesome job, and we're going to go check out the Slash and Berm footage from last year. Let's go take a look at the stash right now.
All right, let's head there. Race it. Come on.
Last year's Slash and Berm in the Stash, a great border event, you know, really cool to see those guys get in there. And if you're looking forward to it this year, and you should be, it's coming up soon. It's going to be February 27th. So if you want to get involved and check it out, you can go to killington.com for more information on how to sign up and become part of it.
Yeah, and the Stash, of course, is our all-natural feature terrain park. It's sponsored by Burton over there, and it's one of only a handful in the whole United States. If you haven't had an opportunity to check it out, you got to get over there. It's really cool, really cool.
It is cool.
And you can be a kid or a grown-up like us. We still have a lot of fun over there, right?
Yeah, and Rosie and the crew have been working hard to keep it up and going, but always be safe, look uphill, and stay to the side if you're not hitting the features.
You got it. Hey, you know, Mother Nature's really laying it on us today, being very kind to us today, a beautiful snowfall, but when Mother Nature doesn't cooperate, we can rely on the largest snowmaking system in the world right here at Killington. But did you ever wonder, Sarah, about the science behind the snowmaking?
Every day, Slato.
Every day? Well, wonder no more, my co-host, because we were able to catch up with snow scientist Tiffany. She is going to delve into the science behind the snowmaking. It's a great piece. It's coming up next, right here on Explore Killington.
Without snow, our winters would be a lot less this and this. Without snowmaking, there would be a lot less this and this. Snowmaking can give us a surprise powder day, as well as extend a season by months. For Killington, the math is simple. The most extensive snowmaking system on the planet has given us the longest season in the East. But while the math may be simple, the science is not. The Cliff Note version goes something like this. Pressurized water particles are sprayed into the air. The colder and drier the better, and the skiing and riding awesomeness ensues. But as always, there's a little bit more to it than that, especially here at Killington. The story of these snowflakes starts long before winter. All summer long, rainfall and spring water is collected in various ponds and reservoirs in the surrounding areas. This water is then pumped through an 88-mile network of pipes by a series of pump houses, essential for providing peak-to-base snowmaking and top-to-bottom skiing and riding. So we don't need Mother Nature at all, right? Wrong. While Mother Nature can be stingy with snow, she's a bit more magnanimous with that crisp, cold, dry air of winter. Both the right temperature and humidity, that's wet bulbs, you and me, are needed to make snow. The colder and drier the air, the colder and drier the snow. At 30 degrees, humidity needs to be relatively low to make snow. At 20 degrees, humidity doesn't even matter anymore. Temperatures in the teens are perfect. The last ingredient needed to turn water into snow is compressed air, which is generated by electric and diesel compressors powered in part by solar energy. In fact, Killington is using up to 85% less energy per gun, thanks to a variety of environmental initiatives that range from renewables like solar and cow power, and their use of low-energy snow guns. So that's it. You don't need to be a rocket scientist to understand it, but it doesn't hurt. Now it's time for me to leave the lab and engage in a little field research. Thanks for joining me. I'll see you out there.
Good stuff there, for sure, my dear.
Yeah.
Hey, speaking of good stuff, thanks to world-renowned snow scientist Tiffany. I've always wondered what the wet bulb thing was, and now I think my wet bulb's even wetter than it was before.
Wow, it was very educational, Slato, so thank you for that. And moving right along.
Moving along, don't forget, coming up next, hey, stay tuned. You want to check out how Mr. Randy Grasso got his nicknames. That's coming up next on part 2 of What's Your Story?
And while we check out Randy Grasso, we are also going to take a look at the Big Air by Polar Tech, featured Polar Tech down at Fenway. We sent our own Corey Potter down there to take a look at that. Very exciting stuff, some big air. People hucking themselves down there in Boston, which is pretty cool. But more importantly, we are going to wrap it up here at Killington, and we are going to head down to the lookout in Moguls and see what is going on for a little après portion of the show.
Ooh, I'm excited.
I know it's always your favorite part.
Your turn to buy the beers, that's why I'm excited.
All right, I'll buy the beers this time.
Stay tuned, more Explore Killington coming up as soon as I take off my trusty steeds. Whoa, whoa, woo! I was gonna flip it up.
You might have hit
cool.
someone in the head.
So my name is Randy Grasso, and my nickname currently is The Hammer. And how that came about is let's go back to when I had a few different nicknames. So when I first started here, everyone used to call me Charlie Manson, because I guess I look like Charlie Manson. I didn't care for that nickname too much, but I went with it because it was kind of funny. So I was Charlie Manson for years, so all the old schoolers up here probably know me as Charlie Manson. And I was kind of glad to drop that nickname. When a couple buddies of mine had seen me skiing up and down Outer Limits in all black, dressed head to toe, black pants, black coat, black everything, and they started calling me Black Hammer. So I was hammering bumps on Outer Limits. That's kind of how the hammer came about, from hammering bumps. So that kind of stuck, and people started calling me Hammer. The old schoolers were still calling me Charlie Manson. And then the meatheads came down here about 13 years ago, and they said, we heard about this guy Hammer who's ripping bumps on Outer Limits. And they came up to me, and I didn't really know who they were yet, and they said, "Are you Hammer?" I said, yeah, I'm Hammer, Charlie Manson, whatever you want to call it. And they're like, "Oh man, we think that's awesome." So they're like, "Can we film you?" And well, the skiing was really good that day, so I didn't really want to do any filming. So I was lapping Outer Limits. It was a beautiful sunshiny day, and I kept seeing them out there with the camera, and as I was going by, I could see them. They were shooting the camera at me. And so after the lifts closed, they came up to me and they said, "Can we interview you?" And I said, "Yeah, sure." And they said, "Well, we're Meathead Films, and we really wanted to film you because we heard about this guy called Hammer down here." And I said, "Okay, cool, but the lift's closed now." I said, "Let me go talk to the lift operator." And the lift operator actually turned the lift on for us. After it closed, we got to go up and set up and do one shoot through the bumps. And then they put it in their movie, and it kind of took off from there. So when I got to go see the actual movie that I was in the first time, I was like, wow, this is pretty cool. So I didn't think it was going to be that cool at first, but it ended up being pretty awesome. So that's how.
Sal here from Moguls Sports Pub. You know, the only sports pub in Killington. Moguls offers free mini golf, air conditioning, 2 pool tables, dartboard, and TVs everywhere. Plus the best game room around. And if you're hungry, we offer wood-fired burgers, steaks, gyros, barbecue ribs, and of course, the best lobster deal in town. So just pop in at Moguls and say, "Sal sent me." See you there.
The Red Clover Inn is the relaxed Vermont escape and foodie haven you've been dreaming of. Tucked away in the shadow of Pico, this beautiful country inn is known for its stylish, secluded accommodations and exceptional farm-to-table food in the casual but elegant restaurant. And with facilities perfect for everything from romantic weddings and receptions to quiet gatherings and business retreats, you'll be sure to come away with memories that last a lifetime. It's just minutes from Killington Pico, but a whole different world. Get away from it all at the Red Clover Inn in beautiful Mendon, Vermont.
Well, the name Sick really originated from those days where the snow is falling, the mountain's empty midweek, and your emails can just wait. We're adults and we're kind of have these full-time jobs and no one's calling in the snow day, so sometimes you just have to take it into your own hands and call a sick day.
To me, I made this beer thinking, like, what would I want to drink? What would really warm my soul and kind of capture that experience of being out there all day and enjoying snow and then coming in and just relaxing and unwinding.
Welcome to the Sushi Yoshi Chinese Gourmet and Hibachi Steakhouse, where you'll find diverse Asian cuisine, including the best Chinese food, truly fresh sushi, and the popular hibachi-style Japanese tables. This unique experience includes amazing cooking skills that are guaranteed to entertain and thrill everyone. The restaurant has private rooms, a warm Asian ambiance, and Killington's only craft beer garden featuring 18 craft beers on tap. It's the Sushi Yoshi Chinese Gourmet Hibachi Steakhouse, located midway up the Killington Road.
Experience the spa at the Woods. Nestled in the hills of Killington, rejuvenate with a full spectrum of luxurious European body treatments. Indulge in the wellness of our diverse spa amenities. Let your family play in the spacious splendor of our indoor pool. Come, relax, let go. Spa at the Woods, 53 Woods Lane off the Killington Access Road. Call 422-3139 for appointments or more information.
Oh yeah, I'm going to Moguls.
Woo, let's go to the lookout.
The lookout too.
Explore Killington, Slato and I have made our way down the road to the lookout. And it doesn't get any better than this. The lookout is always the best place to come. You know, Basin Sports next door. We've got the clock tower. We've got the restaurant. Great view of the mountain over here. Again, it really does not get any better except for maybe the long trail waiting inside for us.
Yes, I got I'm reading your mind on that one. That's good. You know, the mountain's right there. The lookout's right here. This is the first stop on the way off the hill when you leave the ski area. It's right on the left as you're coming down the mountain. It's the last place on the right. It's right next to the basin. You really can't miss it. We love coming down here. They're open for lunch and dinner. Family owned, family operated. They got a free shuttle. What's the number?
It is 422-LOOK.
That's all right. Give them a call. They'll pick you up, get you home safely too. They'll even deliver food here in the immediate Killington Basin area. There's no reason not to come here to the lookout. Also, they serve late till midnight on Friday, so you get into town late and you don't know what to do. You don't want to cook. I don't blame you. Whip in here. They'll do the cooking for you. They do the dishes for you too, right?
They'll do the dishes for you too. Sneak a peek at the crew, hook you up with some good food. And they always do a fantastic job. Good burgers, they've got wing specials, poutine specials, you name it, they've got it. A little bit of everything for everyone.
What else do they have?
Oh, the peanuts. Gotta love the peanuts. What did you carrying that? Did you have that in your pocket from last time?
No, I snuck in when you weren't looking.
So been in already.
I have to, we got to get in there post haste because there's only 2 peanuts left. And I'm gonna give you one.
Oh, thanks.
And I'll have the other.
One of Slato's nuts.
Yes, salty, the way I love them.
All right.
What's next on the show?
Let's stay tuned for Felix McGrath. We're gonna go look at 92 from the vault. What is he doing there?
He's gonna rip it up at the U.S. Open. That's what he's gonna do.
Woo!
I'm gonna rip it up inside. Ooh, there's my glove.
Let's head on in. It's cold out here.
Oh, get the door for you.
Oh, thank you.
It's steep, you know. It's steep, you know. More steeper, and I like the steep.
Hi, I'm here with Felix McGrath, who is a guest coach here with us at Killington, and also here guest coaching during the Race Week program that Killington Ski School puts on. Welcome to our area.
Thank you very much.
Now, we were talking a little earlier about the U.S. Pro Tour and the fact that you were nominated the Rookie of the Year in 1992. You competed on Outer Limits. Tell me a little bit about the race and what you went through.
Well, Outer Limits, as everybody knows, it's really steep and difficult hill, and we had a race there, and I won the race. It was a tough race, but it was a lot of fun.
That course was really incredible. It was very steep. In fact, I understand it was one of the steepest stops on the Pro Tour that year. And tell me about the competition, skiing with people like Bernard Knaus. Did it rattle your chain a little bit?
No way. Bernie's a chump. Bernard Knaus is a heck of a competitor. But,
so winning a lot of money doesn't mean anything about when you're out there. It doesn't psych you out or anything.
No, I mean, it doesn't really matter who you're in the starting gate next to. at that level at the U.S. Pro Ski Tour, everybody's a tough competitor, and you basically have to keep your own race going. And if you don't, someone like Bernie can get you off it.
Now, you were saying also that when you're training for racing, you train here at Killington because of the facilities. Where are some of your favorite trails to ski when you're training, and what are some of the things that you do to prepare yourself both physically and mentally for a competition?
I'd say my favorite trail is definitely Outer Limits, and right behind that Superstar. When I'm here at Killington, Killington's great. They give me great training space and great availability on pretty much any hill that I want to ski on. So, and then not to mention that I just free ski around the mountain a lot, because that is really the best thing for your skiing, is just a free ski.
Are you residing in Vermont at the present time?
Yeah, I live in Vermont, not too far from here, and I ski here quite often.
Oh, great. Now, you're working with the Killington Ski School as a guest coach. Can you tell me a little bit about some of the things that you talk to your students about, and also the other instructors when you're watching them ski?
I'm here with the race week, and I think the most important thing that I try to reiterate time and again is skiing's a fairly simple sport. Keep it basic. Don't concentrate on too many different things at one time, because then it gets really confusing.
Well, we wish you lots of luck on the Pro Tour this year, and we will be rooting for you, especially since you're part of Killington's dream team.
Okay, well, thank you very much.
All right, there was some good action from the vault from 1992 featuring Felix McGrath for the U.S. Open right here in Killington. Boy, those were the great days, man. We had the U.S. Pro Ski Tour. That was a lot of excitement back then. I was in it. I was in it. I almost was, well, I actually wasn't in it, but I was there for the party. Speaking of parties, we're down here at the Lookout in the game room.
In the game room where I'm losing at Buck Hunter.
Well, you haven't really even fired Go ahead, rip off a few rounds here.
All right,
we got Buck Hunter, we got X-Men, we got a pool table, we got Pac-Man. This is the family fun center right here. You know the Lookout's family owned, it's family operated. You want to bring the kids down here, you give them $20, send them over here. You don't have to worry about them for a long time. Speaking of kids, I think we're going to get some food here very shortly too.
Give them the money and let them go.
That's
Can't go
right.
wrong with that.
And I say it all the time. You know, the Lookout's a big place, but it's not so big that you got to like lose the kids. The game room is only one way in, one way out. So it's a great place. Family owned, family operated. Bring the kids down here; they'll have a great time.
It is. You can't beat the Buck Hunter. We got some pinball over here.
Yeah.
The pool table, all good stuff. But stay tuned. We're gonna check in with the legendary mogul skier Randy Grasso on one of his favorite days here in Killington and what he calls Retro Day. So let's see what he means about that.
The meatheads wanted to film with me after that first initial year skiing the bumps, and they came down to set up for mogul skiing, and they were staying at my ski house, and the owners of Meathead Films are two real colorful guys, so they were in my ski house, and we were getting ready to leave, and I couldn't find them anywhere, so I went in my bedroom, and there they were, emptying my closet, pulling all my old ski clothes that I had packed way in the back from the 80s and the 70s and what have you, and they were pulling it all out, and they said, "Oh, you got to wear this stuff. This is the greatest stuff." And I'm like, "I don't even know if I can fit in that stuff anymore." So they're like, "You got to wear this stuff. You got to wear this stuff." So they got me all dressed up in my old stuff, reluctantly, and because I didn't think it was cool, and they thought it was the greatest thing. And we went out and we filmed in all retro gear, and they were actually shooting with Super 8 too to make the filming look grainy and stuff too. And so that's how the retro stuff began. And then I said, you know, skiing here and just retro stuff, that's not cool. You got to have your friends, because skiing with your friends at Killington is what Killington is all about. You got to have a big posse. So skiing with the posse is really what it's about. So I put the word out, and everyone that I could get a hold of got dressed up in retro gear, and there was about 50 people dressed in retro gear, and they filmed that. It was one of the best retro days I've ever seen, and it came out amazing on film. All my friends skiing in their old retro gear. It was like one of the greatest days here ever, I think.
Hey, Sarah and I here at the Lookout Tavern. Again, your first stop here off the ski area right on the left. Boy, we have almost every menu item here from the kids menu. Why are we doing the kids menu? Well, of course, we're taping the show here. It's right before the holiday week here. We know the kids are going to be hungry, and you can bring them in here. We've said it before. This is a family-friendly place. It's family-owned, family-operated. Sarah, what do we got here? My God.
It's like a platter of different food. The kids menu here is like fully loaded. You have hot dogs, you've got hamburger or cheeseburger, you've got mac and cheese, you've got chicken tenders with french fries, you've got a grilled cheese. Not only do they have this, but they have a chicken parmesan over pasta. They've got plain pasta. They also have half a rack of ribs if you want it. My favorite thing that's on there, which I wish I was a kid and could get, is the chipwich sandwich for dessert.
Really?
Yeah, I was checking that one out. It looks pretty good. But the food here is just good. So, you know, if you have a picky kid as an eater, which I know a lot of parents do, they're picky about what they eat. Sometimes they only want to eat chicken tenders. Well, they got it here for you. So make sure you come on down and check out this amazing children's menu because they really have gone above and beyond for the kiddos here, which is pretty cool.
It's good stuff. I think the only thing missing is the ketchup for my French fries right there. Whee!
Right?
Or my burger, or
your hot dog.
my hot dog. We got to leave it up for the camera crew, of course. Hey, what's coming up next on the program?
Well, we're going to wrap it up here at the Lookout, and we're going to head on down to Moguls Sports Prep and check out what Sal and the crew has going on down there tonight. But while we do that, let's check in with Dominic, the upscale pizza joint, and see what they have on the menu and what's in store for you if you make your way into that pizzeria while you're here in Killington. So stay tuned for that on Explore Killington.
Let's dig in.
Woo! I'm going to try the mac and cheese again.
I'm going for an onion ring.
Welcome to Dominic's. When you find yourself in Killington, Vermont, and you want some truly great pizza, Dominic's is the place to be. We make our dough here in the restaurant every day. Every pizza is hand-tossed to order and topped with the freshest ingredients. You can taste the freshness. Pizza is our specialty here at Dominic's, but if you're looking for something else to complement your dining experience, we do offer other items. Chicken parm, lasagna, calzones, chicken wings, a variety of soups and salads. So there's something here for everyone. Dominic's currently features 12 local and regional beers on draft. We rotate our draft selections frequently to showcase the variety of great beers Vermont has to offer. Additionally, we offer bottled beers from all over the globe. For the wine lovers, Dominic's offers an eclectic selection of wines by the glass. If you're looking for something unique, we do have a reserve wine list featuring a worldly selection of wines by the bottle. If beer and wines are not for you, our full bar should satisfy your thirst. Your favorite bartender will be happy to pour, mix, or shake your cocktail just for you. We are located at 2822 Killington Road here in Killington. You can like us on Facebook, you can check us out on the web, or just come on in person. You're gonna love it.
This is what the longest season in the East is made of. More winter. More fun. More style. More chill. More parties. More beast.
Ski and stay 2 days midweek, score a third day free. Book now at killington.com/chill.
Espresso bar, specialty cocktails, art gallery, and restaurant. Liquid Art is the place in Killington to get ready for your day and unwind when it's over. We invite you to enjoy work by local artists while dining on healthy fare, signature drinks, and specialty coffee in an atmosphere that is relaxed, cozy, and unlike anything else on the mountain. Stop in for open mic night, art jam, Sunday night supper, or try one of our raved about monthly wine dinners. Killington's Coffee House, where everything is a work of art. Liquid Art, the bright blue building 2 miles up the Killington Road.
We welcome you to the Lookout Tavern, the locals' place where you're one of the locals. Located conveniently at the top of Killington Road, serving lunch, happy hour, and dinner daily from noon to 10 p.m. Come on in for happy hour specials or both creative and classic soups, salads, sandwiches, burgers, and entrees. You can enjoy your time in a dining area with a view, a family room, or the roomy bar. The kids in the family, both the big and the little, will be entertained in our game room. So bring the whole crew to the Lookout. We can't wait to see you again.
At Northern Ski Works, we want you to have tons of fun on the snow. We'll get you on the right ski. We'll put you in the right boot. We'll get you outfitted in comfort and style. We'll get you adjusted and balanced. We'll get you finely tuned. We'll get you accessorized, and we'll outfit the kids. We'll keep you informed at northernski.com. We've got all the gear in here, so you'll have fun out there on the slopes. Northern Ski Works, conveniently located in Killington, Vermont.
tornado. But what a beautiful night, and we're gonna go inside and say hi to Sal and the crew. We're gonna go check out the waves, check out the arcade room. We've got Jack the Smoker back here, so I'm sure it smells delicious inside.
That smells delicious outside here.
I know.
Too, actually, I gotta tell you.
We got that smoker ripping roaring.
Yeah, hey, listen, it's freezing cold outside. We gotta get inside. But while we head inside, you guys gotta check out the last segment here, our last installment of What's Your Story? This is gonna be Randy Grasso's Rosie Ruiz moment. What does that mean? You'll have to check it out. It's coming up next. Let's head inside.
Let's go get warm.
We're at Moguls, come on.
I'm pretty sure I've done every single Mogul challenge. I may have missed one or two. I don't quite remember. But I would say my most memorable Mogul challenge, even though it's not the one I won, and a few Mogul challenges I'm on the cup for, and my most memorable one was the year that I didn't get registered in time. So they have a lottery in the morning if you don't register in time for the Mogul challenge. So I signed up for the lottery in the morning and I missed the lottery. So this was the first year ever that I was going to have to miss the Mogul challenge. So what do you do next if you're missing the Mogul challenge? You go down to the bottom and watch, and you start partying. So I was partying down in the parking lot and down at the bottom watching the competitors compete. And I was feeling pretty good because I was partying pretty hard, and I decided to go take a run. And I was feeling real good from partying. So as I was coming down to the top of the course, a friend of mine, John Rosa, he was a snowboarder, and he hurt his knee. So he said, Rand, you got to take my bib, man. You got to take my bib. I can't go. And I said, well, what am I going to do? He's like, here. He throws me his bib. I throw the bib on. I duck under the rope. I get in the gate. They go. Boom. I do my line, I ski to the bottom. I just happened to score the highest score of the day. So afterwards at the awards ceremony, they were giving out the awards, and it came to first place. And they said, John Rosa, you got first place, and everyone clapped, and I got up to go get the award, and all the nuts in the background are yelling things, Hammer, Manson, Randy, and the girl giving the awards out was all confused, and she's like, wait a minute, what's going on here? She said, are you John Rosa? And I said, no, I can't lie. I says, I'm Randy Grasso. I said, he hurt his knee, and I took his bib, so I went. And I was in the lottery anyway, and I was trying to get in, and I didn't want to miss it, and I took his bib. I didn't want to waste a run, and she didn't take too kindly to that. She disqualified me, kicked me out of the competition that day. And everybody was booing and screaming and stuff, but I would say that was the most memorable Mogul challenge because of that, and it was kind of funny.
I am here with the man, the myth, the legend, Uncle Sal. He makes this place roll, he gets it running. I mean, let's be honest, it wouldn't be what it is today, obviously, without you.
Well, after 30 years, I think, working for Killington, got to have a local bar.
Exactly, and this is as local as you can get. Sal, we've got a big couple of weeks coming up. What can we look forward to here at Moguls?
Well, we got great entertainment. On Thursday nights, we got Dwayne Calton and Tim Lynch, which is the Lynch brothers.
The Flannel Twins.
Great original music. You never know what you're going to see here. It could be an organ, it could be a violin, it could be God knows with these two brothers. Then Friday is DJ Dave's open mic night, which is basically total request DJ from start to finish. He always brings up a smorgasbord to go up, give him a request. He doesn't have it, no one does. Then
I know I've been in here requesting Wilson Phillips, Hold On for One More Day. We've got a little bit of a, musical parody going on with that. Always a good time.
Well, Dave has got some pretty good stuff in his computer, I gotta say. And then Saturday's my favorite with Rick Reddington, The Love. I mean, they kill it. Always bringing in special guests, his son Ben, his daughter. It's a good time to be had by all. And then Sundays, now that NFL is out, my Patriots lost. Boo-hoo-hoo, I'm sorry to say. But we got Rick Rick comes up with all these special guests. He had his buddy up here with his saxophone last week that totally ripped it up. I mean, I couldn't leave. I had to stay here until the end. His buddy,
That's fun.
His buddy Andy, unbelievable job. And then we got our favorite time coming up, JD Week on February 25th. Kicks off here at Moguls with the JD games. We'll be doing turkey toss, turkey bowling, and whatever other crazy games that come up. I know we do a tug of war out back. Team Canada will be in the house. The Jack girls will be around. You got your Jack drink contests all over the mountain. You got all kinds of good things that happen that week. So February 25th, one of the best weeks to be in Killington.
Well, it sounds like a full-packed schedule coming up over the next couple of weeks. I know I'm going to bring my game face for that Jack Games and make sure, because I believe we will be here on that day. So Team Canada better bring your A game, because KTV crew is definitely bringing theirs, just saying. So watch out for that. That'll be cool.
Well, tell you the truth, Peter and the boys, oh my God, you know what? There's no holds barred when Team Canada comes to town. I know I got both buses in the parking lot for a week, and those guys, I don't know how they still have livers after 25 years coming to Killington for a week.
I know, I think Peter had his drink counter up to over 100 in one day or something. He shouldn't have even had a liver after that.
I don't know how to get across the border. If you ever look in the bottom of the bus, there's got to be 40 cases of beer and 40 cases of Jack Daniels booze in that bus.
Well, I think Jack Daniels is definitely thanking them for that. Well, Sal, thank you very much for sitting down and talking to us about what's coming up in the following weeks. The rest of you at home, stay tuned for Polar Tech's Fenway Big Air down in Boston as the Beast invades the big city. Really cool piece coming up.
Mogul Sports Pub, ski you there.
When I saw the cat getting unloaded and driven into Fenway Park, it was really a special moment to be representative of the first snowcat inside a ballpark, and also to be associated with this venue.
Yeah, the structure inside Fenway Park is pretty large. It's obviously a 140-foot tall scaffolding structure where the athletes are going to be dropping in. And, you know, I mean, it's a big footprint. It goes from the back of the field all the way to the catcher's box for the run out.
Right now, I think we're shooting for somewhere around 200,000 gallons is what of water, you know, made into snow. Obviously, is what we were thinking we were going to need. On our first night of running the other night, we ran for about 12 hours and we flowed 50,000 gallons. So we did about a quarter of what we were hoping for in the first night, which was encouraging for us. So we're running our water source right off of Fenway's irrigation system, which is city water that comes in here. They've got plenty of flow. You know, they normally have to water the field pretty heavily in the summer. We haven't experienced any problems with that, which was surprising. You know, coming down here, we were wondering how it's going to be with, you know, lower pressure water, but HKD supplied us with some equipment that gives us the proper pressure levels, the proper flow for water that the guns require to make good snow. So they've been, you know, performing flawlessly. It's really been great.
Talking with the SPT guys and the USSA guys, they were inquiring about the possibility of putting a gun up top. I thought about it for a second, and we had enough hose, and it just kind of seemed like an animal to overtake, but we did it. So we ran about 250 feet of hose. We ran 50 feet of hose directly up the side of the scaffolding, and then 200 feet of hose up the drop-in, and pointed the gun around and straight down the drop-in. So we were essentially making snow at a place where only Big Papi's homers have had a view before. It was pretty awesome, 140 feet above center field in Fenway Park.
All right, hey, sadly, our time here at Moguls is wrapping up for this week with Explore Killington, but we always have a great time down here, and I know I do. I know you do too. We want to thank Sal and his cam and the whole staff down here for showing us a good time. Hey, I'd be remiss if I didn't do my duty here as the host to mention Killington Today. You know, that's our live show that we do on weekends, and it runs actually every morning on Channel 14, 7:30 a.m. to 9:30 a.m. We call it Killington Today. It's hosted by Bettina. Why do you want to tune in? Well, because she's going to give you the updated weather forecast, trail conditions. We've got Grizz on the weekends. Grizz runs the ambassador program. He's going to have his pick of the day. He's on the hill. He comes right down. And we've got our own Corey Potter up there too with live shots. It is the most informative show that you're going to ever find anywhere on any channel. Doesn't matter what it is, but we know it's on Channel 14. 7:30, 9:30 every morning. Killington Day, check it out.
Yep, you don't want to miss it out. I'll keep you up to date with all the latest and greatest information so that you can have the best day possible out there on the slopes. But also, if you missed any of the show today and you want to catch us up again, check out Channel 14, or you can find us on YouTube, Instagram, Twitter, and Facebook, which is always a cool time.
Yes, that's right. And of course, we just came out of that great piece. We don't want to forget it, that we had Corey go down there to Fenway Park. I mean, that was some behind the scenes. If you saw that on the TV on CBS, you know, you're going to see all the stuff that they want you to see. We got the action from behind the scenes. I mean, that was an incredible piece. Hats off to Corey.
It really was. Once in a lifetime event. I think the last time they did something like that, it was back in like 1913, but it definitely wasn't as big as that here. So, I mean, check it out. I'm sure they've got a lot of footage on YouTube as well that you could always look at if you missed it the first time, which is also awesome.
Yeah, so hats off to Corey for doing a great job, not only down in Fenway, but right here in Killington too. Well, we're going to wrap it up. So don't forget, you can catch me and Sarah every day here on Explore Killington on Channel 14. And from Moguls Sports Club, we say,
stay classy, Killington.